Ethan liked the house immediately. Not because it was beautiful, because it was isolated. Too isolated. The kind of silence that feels peaceful at first, until you realize you can't hear the wind. The house sat past the edge of town. Bold wooden floors, faded wallpaper, cheap rent. After months of burnout, it felt like an escape. Every morning followed a strict mechanical routine. Coffee, toast, keys in the bowl, laptop open by 8 a.m., work until dark. Then the heavy silence returned. But Ethan slept better here than anywhere else. Deep sleep, heavy sleep, dreamless, like being underwater. On day 4, the anomalies started. Ethan was working when his phone buzzed. Furniture delivery update. He opened the tracking app immediately. Delayed again. Frustration tightened in his chest. He'd ordered the furniture before moving in, but nothing had ever arrived. Then the screen flickered strangely. Delivery failed. Location inaccessible. Ethan checked the map. The blue location dot jittered violently across the screen, then snapped 3 streets away. Ethan frowned. Bad signal.
That evening, he met the neighbors. Arthur stood outside near the porch. Friendly, calm, completely motionless. Then Lena joined them. Bright smile, easy laugh. They talked about weather, rent prices, how quiet the town had become. Normal conversation. But as Ethan turned to go inside, he caught Lena's reflection in the window behind him. She wasn't smiling anymore. She was staring at the back of his head, expressionless, unblinking. When he looked back directly, the smile returned instantly. Ethan felt cold suddenly. That night, he woke up at exactly 3:17 a.m. No reason, no sound, just a feeling. His room was dark except for pale moonlight. Then he noticed something strange. The digital clock beside his bed wasn't moving. 3:17. Frozen. His phone screen showed no signal, no time, no notifications. Nothing. Then, a loud knock echoed downstairs. One knock. Heavy. Violent. Ethan grabbed the bedside lamp instinctively. Another knock. He walked slowly toward the staircase. The house creaked softly beneath him. But when he reached the front door, there was nobody outside. Only darkness and complete silence. The next morning, everything felt normal again. Too normal. Arthur waved at him cheerfully outside. Lena carried groceries up her porch steps. And somehow, Ethan almost convinced himself the night before never happened. Until later that afternoon, he tried checking the furniture order again. Same error. Address does not exist.
This time, he drove into town, straight to the city records office. The woman at reception barely acknowledged him. Large headphones covered her ears as she stared blankly at a flickering monitor. Ethan stood there awkwardly for a moment. "Excuse me?" No response. He tried again, louder this time. Nothing. Just the soft buzz of fluorescent lights overhead. Frustrated, Ethan glanced around the room himself. A faded sign near the hallway read, "Property records. Basement." The basement smelled damp. Rows of filing cabinets stretched endlessly beneath flickering fluorescent lights. Ethan searched the address himself. Finally found the folder. Thin. Gray. Stamped across the front. property removed. His stomach tightened. Inside were photographs, emergency vehicles, collapsed earth, police tape, the remains of a destroyed foundation swallowed into darkness. Ethan froze. The address matched his house exactly. Then he saw the date. 6 weeks ago. Cause of destruction. Sinkhole collapse. Fatalities confirmed. A cold numbness spread through his body. He flipped the page faster now. Victim list. Arthur Hayes. Lena Morris. Then, Ethan Cole. His breathing stopped. No. The word escaped quietly. He laughed once nervously. This isn't funny. But the fluorescent lights above him flickered violently. The room suddenly felt wrong. Too quiet.
Ethan looked toward the staircase. The receptionist upstairs still hadn't moved, not even slightly, like the entire building had frozen. Then, his phone buzzed. Unknown notification. No sender. Only one message. Come home. Ethan ran. Straight out of the building. Rain had started falling heavily by the time he reached the house. Arthur and Lena stood waiting on the porch, perfectly still beneath the light, watching him. You saw it, Arthur said softly. Ethan backed away immediately. No. Lena stepped forward slowly. We hoped you'd remember on your own. Remember what? Arthur lowered his eyes. The night the ground opened. And suddenly, the memories came back all at once. The violent shaking beneath the floor. Coffee spilling across the kitchen counter. Wood cracking. Walls splitting apart. Lena screaming. Arthur reaching for the doorway. Then the floor disappearing beneath all of them. Darkness. Pressure. Suffocating dirt crushing down endlessly. Ethan staggered backward in horror. No. His voice shook violently now. That's impossible. Arthur looked at him sadly. You never left, Ethan. The porch light flickered overhead. And for the first time, Ethan truly looked at the house. The wallpaper was rotting. The ceiling sagged unnaturally. Mud stains crawled up the walls. The air smelled wet. Buried. Then the floor beneath him cracked softly. A thin line spreading across the wood. Ethan's breathing became frantic. But I wake up here every morning. Lena nodded gently. So do we. Silence stretched painfully. Then Ethan whispered, Why can I see you? But nobody else can. Arthur finally met his eyes. Because we never realized we were dead. At that exact moment, someone knocked loudly on the front door. A real knock. Ethan turned instantly. Bright flashlight beams cut through the windows. Voices outside. Human voices. Search team. We found the collapse site. Arthur and Lena slowly stepped backward into the darkness behind him. Their smiles gone now. Their bodies fading subtly into shadow. Ethan stared at the door. Confused. Terrified. Hope flooding through him. Then he looked down and saw his own hand. Translucent. Barely visible beneath the porch light. The truth hit harder than fear ever could. The rescue team wasn't searching for survivors. They were searching for remains. And Ethan finally understood why nobody had ever answered the knocks before.